Hello. Welcome all my crafting friends to another episode of Mystery Stamping. And today I have a really cute card that is easy and it has a few pieces to it, but I think it has a wow factor to it. So let's get started. So today is February the 8th, and this is our, I think, third mystery stamp for 2024. So let me grab my bits and pieces for our card. So the first piece is our card base. It's an 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm doing garden green. And so I scored it at 4.25, and then I have a piece here that is 2.5 by 3.5, and then I have another piece here that is 3/4 by 2.5, and then the last piece of garden green, and that is 1 inch by 4 inch. So I'll put those there. And then for our coordinating cardstock, I said light colored shade. And so the first one's 2.25 by 3.25, and that is in Flirty Flamingo. And then the next piece is 7/8 by 4 inches, and that's also Flirty Flamingo. So I have that. And then we have basic white, 5 by 3.5, and that's going to be for the inside. So I do have that piece right here. So that's our inside piece. And then we have yet another piece here that's 5/8 by 2 inch, and I have that right here. And our designer series paper, I have it in here as portrait. Mine is not a directional pattern, but if yours is, you'd want to do portrait. If you end up cutting it landscape, you could just make your card in a different orientation. But that's 4 inches by 5.25, and that these, I think it's Simply Adore, or I will look here in a moment. That's our DSP for that. And then we also have another piece here that is 3.5 by 1/2 inch. And then I have some scrap pieces here for my focal pieces. So I'm going to set those there. This paper is from the Sale-A-Bration. I'll grab that catalog. And that is this one here, Most Adored. And it is free with a $50 purchase. And then we are going to bring in the stamp set, the watercolored melon. And so I have that. I'm gonna grab that real quick. And I'll put my pieces off here to the side. I've got a couple others here that are from a different set, so I'm gonna put those there. This is the stamp set that is with a $50 order. You can also get this for free, so you could choose this or the paper, or you could always spend $100 and get both of them. Or if you already have the paper, you could try a different stamp set, because at the end I do have another card showing that you can use the same pattern, just use different stamps and different paper, and you get just as cute of a card, pardon me, as you would, using this set. So we're going to use that. The colors that we're using are Garden Green and Flirty Flamingo, and we will use the Memento Tuxedo Black. I'll set this right up here. The other stamp sets that we're going to use are, this is also a Sale-A-Bration item. I'm going to use the Hey There from here, and this one is, I can't remember, but I think it might be $100 one. Let me see. Yes, right here. It's Softly Sophisticated Bundle, and if you spend $100, you get this stamp set and you get the embossing folder. So it's a combo bundle there, but I'm using the Hey There. But we have other stamp sets that you could use a Hey There, or you could have it say something else. So we have that. And then, because we're talking about watermelon, and I love watermelon, here is Sweet Citrus, and it says enjoy the sweeter things in life. So I thought that was a nice little sentiment to put in with the stamp set, and so I'll put that up there. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and we'll get started with our card. So I will, and I put die cut pieces or embellishments for your card. And so I'm going to use the pieces for the watermelon. I'm also bringing in the modern label punch here, and to punch out the oval watermelon, and then I'm going to do a little bit of fussy cutting. So we'll get started. Alright, so let's get going with layering. So I'm going to layer this together, and we'll layer that together, and we'll layer this together for now. So let's grab our glue, and I like to use the Tombow glue. And so I am going to add glue to the back corners. I like to do that so I make certain the corners get glued down, and then go along the centerpiece. And I'm not putting a lot of glue on, but I am putting, some through the middle too. And then I'm going to just layer that on like that. Slide that over just a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Move that up. And then this is the inside piece as I put on the clue sheet. So I'll just put a piece of some glue going across there. Okay, then we'll take this piece of Designer Series paper and just add that to here. And I just cut mine a little bit larger. I think I just probably cut it. Yeah, I think I just cut off the bottom of my piece, and then when I got it glued down, I can flip my paper over and trim that off. Okay, so there's that. And then now we will bring this in, and here's the valley. This is the mountain. I always fold again away from the valley. Line those edges up, and the only reason why I do that is that they have told us that it helps to break the fibers down, and it makes your card stay shut. It stays folded shut. And so I've burnished that score line. Oh, my nose is itching, sorry. And so I'll put some glue inside, just a little bit. I'm not going clear to the edges because this will not go clear to the edge. And this piece is at 3.5 by 5, and it is a little bit smaller. You've got wider borders on the side, and you get 5 of these out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, sorry, as opposed to only getting 4. So I like that you get more. Now that I have that open, I'm going to have to bone folder that again, and then take my DSP, and the other side is really pretty. It's got the gold foiling on it, but I'm just going to do the plaid on the back. And I normally do not put green and pink together, but this card, I think, with it being watermelon, it just screams that it needs to have pink and green together, because that's Mother Nature's coloring. So we can do that, and I'm just making certain I've got some towards the edge, because here in a little bit I'm going to do another thing, and I want to make certain that it doesn't pull it up. So now then, another thing is turn your cardstock on landscape and then bring it in, and I have some glue on that very edge, and if you put it down and landscape, you could see at least 3 sides and then this one, and it makes it, for me, easier to see. If it doesn't for you, then by all means put it down like this, but it makes it easier for me to center whenever I do it on like the landscape like this. Alright, so now then we're ready to add this piece, and we'll bring in dimensionals, and we'll just put 1 in each corner and then 1 in the center, because I like, you know, dimensionals to pop things up, but I also don't like it to sag in the center. And I know a lot of people say, well, you just need a few, but I don't want, I'm gonna spritz this later, and I don't want it to buckle. So we're gonna bring this in, put it up here at the top right hand corner, just kind of put that down. And so we've got all those bits and pieces out of our way, and now it's time to bring these others in and do some stamping. I may not need that one. So I have the enjoy the sweet things in life. So I'm gonna get my ink pad out. Turn that back around. I turned it upside down. Ink this up. Try to come in here right in the center. Get as straight as I can. And there we go. That looks pretty good. And then bring in the one that says hello there. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. Ink it well. Then I'm going to go to the far right. Try not to get my head in the camera. And there we go. We have the hay there. I'm going to go ahead and cover this for now, but we're going to use it again. So we'll set these off so that they can dry for a moment. Let's bring in the Flirty Flamingo and the Garden Green. We'll grab the stamp that is the whole watermelon. And so I gotta, these are distinctive, so I'm going to stamp that right there. And what that means is that they will have textures and highlights. So that is done. I'll move that a little bit. And then I want to bring in my watermelon with the bite out of it, just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put that, turn it around. I'll add that about right there. That looks yummy. And then I want to grab this one. Let's see, will it fit on here? My nose keeps itching. Let's see. I'll try and see if it'll stamp. I think I'll grab this one in just because I want to take a chance. Stamp it on there. I can use that piece for something else later. So now then we are done with the watermelon colors of the Flirty Flamingo. So I'll close that one up. And we want to do the rind. So I'm going to grab that. Add the rind. Add the rind there. So we're going to close this one up. So while we're giving well, I still need to do my still need the basic black. Forgot about the seeds, so I'll grab that. And this has got 3 seeds on it, and I'm gonna stamp that. Then we'll just like tuck them in here together and stamp it again. They do have a single seed, but I didn't feel the need to like pull that out. There we go. So that looks yummy. I love watermelon. Okay, so while these are drying for right now, they'll dry fairly quick. There's a couple other things we could be doing. So I'm going to grab this hello there, and we're going to just put it on here. We're not going to glue it down just yet, but we're going to line it up how we think we might want it glued. And then we're going to hold it, come in with my scissors, and make a little banner. And if you have the banner punch, by all means you can do that, but this is a quick way to give yourself the same the angle, that's the word I'm trying to come up with, the angle, and then when you just slide it down it matches the same angle. And so let's grab our glue for that and put it on the back like that. Now you might have noticed that the green piece is a little bit longer, and that's okay because we might need it to be. So we'll just tack that down. I have a little bit of glue peeking out, but I will fix that shortly after that dries. Now we're going to add this. This is the same length, just a little bit narrower. There's just going to be a highlight of the green showing through. So we're going to do the corners. Bring that glue down. Add it to the center. Pick this piece up and layer that right on top of this other piece. I told you this goes together fairly quick. So there we have that. So let's flip that one over. Grab the dimensionals again. Just add those to the back. Whoops. Just doing tricks here. And pull our backings off. Okay, bring my card over, and we will add this from the DSP over to the DSP. So it's starting to take shape. Put that there for now, and let's do our punching and our fussy cutting. So the modern label punch takes and punches out that watermelon, and I don't think it will do. No, I thought maybe we could do the end of the watermelon, but it doesn't take that long. And if you move your paper and not the scissors, and I like to just like make that, instead of it being real smooth rounded, I like to make it a little bit bumpy. Sorry, I keep getting off camera there, it looked like. I love the celebration time. It's always a great time to stock up on supplies and then get free items. And if you shop with me, and you spend over $50, I send out a gift to you. If you give me your address, I will mail out a thank you for your shopping with me. But if you have your own demonstrator, I am here for inspiration and card ideas, and just to craft with friends. So I'm glad you're here, even if you have your own demonstrator, because I like to share what I love, and I love Stampin' Up. I love their product and how they coordinate together. Alright, so I want to put glue on the back of my watermelon, the whole watermelon. Okay. And then I'm going to add that to my card front. I'm going to do it about, maybe about right there. Like that. And then let's bring in the hello there. Decide where do I want to put this. So maybe about there. So I think I'm going to take and add a dimensional on this end here. And then we're going to add glue to this other end. So the end with the flag, we put a dimensional, and on the other end we put glue. And we're going to bring that in right about there. Tack that down, and you can use the stripes of this paper if you're using a plaid. You can use those stripes, and then I want to add glue to the back of this piece as well. So I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to cover up that end of our banner. And then I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of our piece of watermelon with the bite out of it. Bring that up. Put this piece, I think, maybe right about there. So we've got that, and then you can do a sentiment on the inside. What I usually do is I wait to see who I'm going to send it to, and then decide, you know, what kind of a sentiment I want. And then we're going to bring in a couple things here and spruce this up a little bit. So watermelon's kind of juicy, and so I'm going to add a little bit of Stella to my watermelon pieces. Give it some shimmers. Add it to this piece here as well, but I only have to add it to what was showing, so there was no sense in adding Stella to the whole thing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. There, you can see a little bit of the shimmer there, but I'm not done, so I've added the shimmer. Okay, now then I'm going to step it up just a bit. Let me find a scrap piece of paper. Here we go. Add this on here, and this is one of our spritzer bottles, and what I do is I just take this cap off, and I take my Stella and I drip a couple drops of the Stella down into my spritzer bottle, and so I just squeeze this till a couple drops drop in there, not great big drops. Then I fill it up the rest of the way with rubbing alcohol, put the lid back on, shake it up, and then for several times you can just add alcohol to it and not have to add Wink of Stella. And then once you have it all shook up, then you just hold it back here and you spritz your card, and it darkens the the flirty flamingo, that's the word I was looking for, and it adds shimmer to the whole thing. I don't know if you can see it, but in person you can definitely see the shimmer. So when I'm doing Christmas cards, I like to line them up and do several at a time and spritz them all at once, so that as it's doing an overspray, it will land on my next card. But so here is our mystery card. So the mystery has been solved, so there's that. Here's one that I did beforehand, and then here is also another version, and this one has been done with the everyday details, and I put you make every day a little brighter, and then I brought in happy birthday as well from another set, but I used like the bird nest. I put it on very vanilla, even though this is basic white in the background, and this is crumb cake, and also it is Lost Lagoon. And so I colored in my eggs and I put speckles on those, and then I added the Wink of Stella to them. You can see the shine. And then I also spritzed my whole card, so there's a little bit of shimmer on every bit of this card front. I used, let's see, crumb cake, and I believe pebbled path to make my nest. And then I brought in this ribbon and tied that on there. And on the inside, I added this same DSP from the outside. So there you go. I hope that you will try this card design and add different elements to it. You could do the monkeys, you could do the bumblebees, you could do the teacup in this set, or you could do the flower pot. There are several different stamp sets that you could use to create this design. And so with this one here, I just added the ribbon because my focal point wasn't as much as layering these. So I added the ribbon, put on my nest, and then moved my banner up and just trimmed off the end so that I could fill in the card just a little bit more. And so I want to thank you for joining me for another episode of Mystery Stamping, and thank you for pressing play on my video. So come back, share some more mystery stamping with me, and if you would want to join in, you can always register for the event and join, get the clues, the sheet like what I had laying out here. That is the clues. You will get that at the end of your registration, and then you can craft along with me. You just use whatever stamps you have. They don't have to be Stampin' Up. You use whatever stamps, paper, cardstock, whatever it is that you have, and you create your cards. So come stamp with me sometime. Happy stamping!